Good day. Today's video will be on the application process for getting your employer's identification number for federal tax purposes. There's 3 steps to the application process. Determining your eligibility, understanding the online application process, and submitting your application. You will need For eligibility, your principal business must be located in the United States or in a U.S. territory. Also, the person applying for the EIN must have either a Social Security number or ITIN, or if a business is applying for an EIN for another business, they're going to have to already have an EIN. Getting the online application process, you need to complete it in one sitting. It will not let you save and come back to it being the application. Also, if you go 15 minutes without any activity on the web page, it will lock you out. So you need to have all your ducks in a row before you sit down and start the application process. Another item as far as having all your ducks in a row, before you start the process of applying for your EIN, your employer identification number, you're going to want to decide on the structure of your business. I suggest LLC, limited liability companies, but we'll name some other structures also. There is sole proprietor, there's partnerships, there's corporations, there's LLCs, and there are estates and trust. An LLC is formed by filing articles of organization with the state's Secretary of State office. In the state of Virginia, that is the Virginia SCC, the State Corporation Commission. An LLC files articles of organization. A corporation files articles of incorporation. So that's one big difference. LLC is articles of organization, and a corporation is articles of incorporation. For federal tax purposes, an unincorporated organization with 2 or more members is classified as a partnership if members are carrying on a trade, business, financial operation, or venture and divides its profit. A joint undertaking merely to share expenses is not a partnership with the IRS. Revenue and potential profits have to be involved for the IRS to consider this a partnership. A single member LLC will initially classified as a disregarded entity for the purpose of filing a federal tax return. If only member is an individual, the LLC's income and expenses are reported on a 1040 Schedule C, E, or F. Member is not an individual. If the member of the LLC is another company or another LLC, then those profits and losses are reported on that entity's tax return. An example would be if Corporation F owned Dreams to Reality LLC, the expenses and profits would be reported on Corporation's F's income tax return. By IRS definition, a sole proprietor is a business that only has one owner and is not incorporated or registered with the state as a limited liability company. A sole proprietor can be self-employed, individual, or an independent contractor. Sole proprietors report all business income and expenses on their individual tax return, Form 1040, Schedule C, E, or F. An important difference between a limited liability company and a sole proprietorship is the liability. With a sole proprietorship, if that business is ever in a lawsuit, the lawyers can go after the individual's wealth and assets. When you have a limited liability company, the only thing you're risking is the limited liability company's wealth and assets. Remember, when you're filing online for your Federal Employment Identification Number, you have to do it in one sitting. It will log you out in 15 minutes of any inactivity. You need your LLC's name to match the article of organization name, and you need to have already registered that with the SCC in the state of Virginia if you are doing business in the state of Virginia. My next video will be on search engine optimization and social media. Have a great day.